Over here? Okay. Oh, this is maddening. Again, I tried to upload a video, and I didn't want to talk about politics, so I talked about how to light a sky. Always from the bottom. Never try to push it in the front. Always from the bottom. Now, what I was going to talk about was a C-SPAN, which I was watching, and Michelle Obama, she took about 2 minutes to tell us that the previous speakers are the ones who are going to implement changes to your food. That includes labeling. Now, it doesn't necessarily include food labeling. I mean, nutritional labeling. What their law, they call it a proposal, but they screwed up earlier when they said they're going to force these reinforced rules upon the food industry. Okay. So, the labels, I'm sorry, I got Cindy's glasses on, she never took them. The labels are not going to change in giving you nutritional value information. The only thing that they're changing is the size of the label. So if you get a lighter, you're going to see this little big sign, and then you're going to see this information, but it's going to be much larger and cover the whole lighter so that you can see everything easier. Now, they're going to propose into law this on the whole food industry to enlarge the font of labeling. They're going to do this by law, by edict, without your vote, without your commitment to it, without your approval. They're going to make food companies do this. Now, they're also going to make food companies reformulate their products. And one of the speakers slipped up and said the removal of added sugars and this and that and this and that. She says because there's enough sugar in the food that we eat already. That's fine. But do you want to be told that you can't have a bag of potato chips? Oh, that's another thing. They're going to force food companies to reformulate the size, the portion of each thing that you eat, so that it's going to look like a Nutra Weight Watchers meal. Okay, you're not going to be able to buy a 2 to 3 person meal anymore, or an overloaded meal. And I think they're going to apply this to restaurants too. They're going to make the portions smaller, prices will go higher. But they're going to force food companies to make smaller portions, single serving portions. They say this right in the committee hearing. So you're going to get, if you get a pot pie, it's about, the size of a hockey puck, and you're still hungry, you're out of luck. You got to get another one and cook it. This is totally unbelievable to me. And then at the end, Michelle comes out for 2 minutes and she says, this is not a new concept at all. And in that, I agree with her. Because Hitler, I know what you're thinking right now, but Hitler was an avid vegetarian. And he implemented rules upon the public, especially among the Hitler youth. They could eat no meat. And they were to report to party officials if their parents cooked them meat for dinner. I don't know what happened to these people. Here's how to light a cigar. You always do it from the bottom up, never like directly into it. See how well that works? Little less. These are like flavored little jobs, so you know they kind of stink up the place. But I am the quintessential bachelor, and I love it. So anyways, they've taken over the auto industry. They've now taken over the food industry. They've taken over the Food and Drug Commission. Okay, banks, healthcare. What else? What's next? You're already seeing payments to Obamacare appear on receipts that you go out and buy products or go out to eat or something. It says ACA healthcare tax, 33 cents, 27 cents, well, whatever it is you spent, it's on a percentage basis. Okay. So, banks been taken over by Obama, and Moody's has already devalued us again, which you're not going to find on your news because, well, maybe Hillary Clinton was right. That she actually said Al Jazeera is the most reliable news source on the planet. She's saying they're better than CNN, MSNBC, or Fox, or anybody. She likes Al Jazeera. And here's another talking point, speaking about cigars. The Republicans are pulling up all this crap about, who was it? Monica Lewinsky, right? And that scandal. So sick of that. But they're not telling, now see, this happened almost 20 years ago, and they're not telling the young voters the little details about it. You know, he was taking cigars, maybe much like this one, and sticking them in her various orifices and smoking them. They're not telling the public, especially the young people, about this. Now, when it comes to Hillary or anyone else, anyone in my life who was caught and admitted to sticking cigars up their bottom sides and smoking them, I would not kiss that person ever again. And this is part of, you know, Hillary's aspirations for president. You know, it's got to be added, and people aren't adding it. And oh, okay, you don't care. I don't care. If you don't care, if you don't care, I don't care. let's see, there was one more item I wanted to, oh, I got a spa. And I'm going to set it up right here, right in front of a 64-inch TV. And it's going to be fantastic. This is going to be fantastic. This is going to be like my own little playground. I love this. So, it's got 64 jets. I gotta watch my Mona Corona. Make sure I don't put any holes in it. If I have any company. Yeah, I coined the term. It's the Mona Corona, the one that gets stuck in every place you can imagine and smokes. And Hillary loves it. And she wants to be president. Now, let's see. What else? What else is there? Okay, I got the pirate shirt on. And I can easily turn it into a, well, not easily. This is a Texas tie. I got the shirt unbuttoned too much. This is what you call a Texas tie. I used to have a nice turquoise one, but I gave it to a young man who was real interested in it. He didn't have a tie and didn't know how to tie a tie. Anyway, yesterday it rained like hell. The day before it rained like hell. Today was just blah. I didn't do nothing but pay bills. And this is why I'm so disheveled. Everything's going up. And when they raise the minimum wage, everything's going to go up again. And the people who get this raised minimum wage are going to be in a position to pay more money into Obamacare, so they're really not going to do anything. All that's going to really happen is they're going to pay more taxes, and me and you are going to pay more to cover these costs, and to cover the costs of the Food and Drug Administration's new proposed laws. Remember, they're laws. Just like the auto industry, the banks, health care, insurance. No, that's in the healthcare. What did I miss? Well, I said it earlier. It's just so much that nobody can keep up with it. But anyways, Brian has been dying for a video, and I will next time shave, comb my hair, and do another bit. It won't even stand up anymore. I got so much grease in it. It just flops. Okay. That's my video for Brian, and you have a wonderful day, and I will next time be shaved and dressed and have my hair combed and popped off like the Romeos did back in the day. I was keeping the faith. Yeah. No, that ain't right. I like this better. This is much better. Because paying bills really sucks. And seeing everything going up. Food, especially meat. My God, you can't have any meat anymore. Because you can't pay for it. What's your food bill now? What do you think it's going to be after they implement all this bullshit? A lot. Okay, folks. This is almost a 15-minute video. Wow. They upped me to 15 minutes. I'm going to have to stop. Alright? I'll see you later, and I'll make another one very shortly. Thank you for your time and attention. Oh, they went over 15 minutes. I must be up to... I'm in good standing with YouTube. How do you like that? That's great. That is really good. Okay. Have a great evening, folks. I'm sorry this video was so boring, but I had to check my analytics and my uploading capacity. So I babbled and maybe gave you a little information that you could use. But listen, when you go to the voting booths for local officials, state officials, representatives, you don't have to vote Republican or Democrat or Tea Party or anything else. You have to vote for the person who's going to uphold the Constitution. That's very important, because the Constitution, through those 5 things that I just mentioned to you, is gone. It's usurped. Okay? We now have treaties with other countries that allow them to come into this country and investigate you and me. And as you know, a treaty supersedes the Constitution. So the UN is now investigating President Obama for human rights violations, especially for his actions in Libya and Syria, funding Hezbollah. Okay, it was all done under the goody, you know, the goody thing of oh, we're going to give it to the poor protesters. Well, these weren't poor protesters that got the money. It was the Muslim Brotherhood, which at first we thought were the peaceful protesters, and the surrounding countries, Turkey, Syria, Turkey, Russia, Libya, Yemen, everybody, through their Dopplers, they found out that the chemical attacks on the population was actually done by a Muslim Brotherhood site. It was not the Syrian army who, oh, Israel too, they saw the same thing that Russia and everybody else did. And, you know, they don't always agree on everything, but they all agreed on this, that it was done by the Muslim Brotherhood and not the Syrian army. And Obama is slightly complicit in this, and that's why President Putin told him to back off. We know where the violations came from. We know what's going on, and your propaganda isn't welcome here or in the UN. And the UN is pretty much full of Islamic Republic states, but you know, we get along with a lot of them. I wish we could go back to the days when, you know, we could go into any one of these countries. And then they talk about in the C-SPAN thing, they talk about all the atrocities, the human rights violations, people being murdered in the streets and murdered because of their political affliction. They won't tell you that it was Christians that they were killing. Christians. Okay? So we go back to feeding them to the lions. Alright. That's enough info for now, my friends. I will see you later. God bless you, and have a wonderful night. I'm enjoying life. I really am. So, and having you there too is fun.